So it's the morning after our airing, and I have been going through the YouTube comments, and oh my gosh, y'all are brutal. So I just kind of wanted to at least clear up some of the questions because I did find a few positive comments. So thank you to people who at least were open minded and just said, hey, I know that was hard to even do that. So yeah, that was a lie. I'm not an actress. I wasn't acting. Apparently, I'm a narcissist. I didn't know that one, but just to answer a few of you guys' questions. So, um, I made this little channel so that maybe I could help people see how I continue to heal because I really am not acting. I do little things to work daily on trying to change and heal. And so on this channel, that's kind of what I try to do is show you different things that I do every day to work on that. And so after the airing, because you don't know what other people said in their portions and their segments. And, I didn't know what kind of emotions it was going to bring up just seeing all that again because that aired a few months ago. And so, for one, for some of the people that was saying I looked like I was happy and things weren't bothering me, some of that is because it had been years since we had spoken, and I had already started kind of doing some of my healing. Like, I didn't just like pick Iyanla, like, I follow her work, I read her books, like, and I really work her books. You see my tabs, and like I do my work. And so I meditate, all of that stuff. Like I actually started doing before all this stuff happened. When all the craziness they were talking about, I wasn't doing any of that. So yeah, so some of that is because I had already began to heal. Another thing that you guys didn't know is that I had specifically asked for my uncle to not be there because I felt like I wasn't ready to deal with that part yet. And so that's why that was also another big trigger for me. I had not seen or heard from him, and he was unwilling to acknowledge me. And so for him to show up for that, when I asked for him to not be there, that was kind of a trigger for me. But I'm glad he was there because I needed to deal with that too. So that was one. And one of the things I kept seeing on there, people were talking about with comments, and I'm just going to say this because what I did learn that Iyanla taught me was that it's not that people are lying, but people experience things differently, and so their experience is their truth, and you have to respect that. And that's something I totally did not get. If you weren't saying what I thought really happened, then you use a lie. And so that's part of how I was able to kind of forgive my uncle, is because in his experience, in his eyes, he really felt like he just pushed me. And in my experience and my pictures and what I know, he put his hand around my neck and drove me through those chairs. So, but I'm able to respect his experience, even if he's not able to respect mine and apologize to me, which I know at the beginning that was his apology. Him saying, well, I was wrong for pushing her was his apology, and that triggered me because that was a downplay of it. It was way more than a push. But I'm not gonna go deep into that. That's neither here nor there. I forgive him. I moved on. But one thing that a lot of people were talking about was saying something about, how did I say on her deathbed, something about money. So I'm just going to say this. How would anybody else know what I whispered in her ear on her deathbed? And whatever conversation we had between me and her on her deathbed was between me and her. That's my only comment on that. And on the other part with the whole morphine drip, if you know anything about when a person is in the hospital, you know that usually the mate makes all decisions. I don't know how I would have the authority or the power to tell doctors to start a morphine drip. Like, I get stuff done. I will say that. I'm very passionate and, go hard for what I believe in, but I do not have the power to make the doctor start a morphine drip. usually the mate has the power of attorney and has the power to say what happens medically. So that's all I'm going to say on that note. And I'm trying to think what were some of the other major questions. I guess the other just one was that I was acting. It's not, no, I wasn't acting. That was hard to do, to get on TV and air all your dirty laundry and, be accountable for all your mistakes. And, me and Justin is still a work in progress. And as far as Lauren, we're doing pretty good. But just know, even with her situation, there was a lot to that. It was not just one police report. I was not the only person, that was filing police reports and calling the police. So I'm just happy that she was able to finally get out of that. And whatever trauma I caused in the middle of trying to help save her for that, is still no regrets. I am being accountable for however I may have hurt her feelings in the midst of all that. But yeah, I go hard for mine, So I hope you guys subscribe and continue to kind of watch my journey, because it is hard work and it's real, and I work on it every single doggone day. So peace, fam.